Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today is a 30 and 30 for perfumes. I haven't done one of these in such a long time. I know I've had requests for them. They take so much time and work, and I haven't had the time to do it, or the organization, or access to all of my perfumes. A lot of the times I have most of my collection at my parents' house just because it's more centrally located and I don't know what's happening with my life. And honestly, it was easier when I had a smaller collection. Now my collection is so massive, I have to really think about what ones have I talked about in the 30 and 30 before, which ones haven't I talked about, and then also, like what I'm feeling like that day. I don't want to just, wear all of my heavy perfumes in the middle of summer. So all of these I wore in July. So in the heat, these are all going to be nice summery type scents. I wore a different one every day except for my birthday, the last day. So there's a lot of them in here. We're going to talk about them. There's a few that I think are more year-round, but a lot of these are very summery scents to me. Let me know if you have any of these scents and if you like them, what your thoughts are on them. If there are other types of perfume videos that you would like to see, let me know that as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That really does help out small YouTubers like myself. So the first scent is Skylar Boardwalk Delight. I heard so many good things about this. I didn't get a rollerball of this one because I hate rollerballs. I wish Skylar would get out of the rollerballs. Like, come on, you're charging like $30 for a rollerball? No, get a sprayer in there. So there's that, but I also was afraid that I was going to really like this and want a bigger size of it. So I went ahead and bought the full size. It does have the cotton candy on the back. It gives you a hint of what it's like. And I got this at Macy's, so I did get it on a discount. I don't know if I really feel it was worth the full price, because the full price of these is $90. And I don't know if I love it that much. I know that's probably going to be shocking to a lot of people, because this one has been so hyped up here on YouTube. People have been talking about it all the time. It's supposed to be cotton candy and milk, coconut milk. But to me, people do compare this to Bath & Body Works, Cotton Candy Clouds, and they have a Boardwalk something too. And to me, it kind of gives me that, because there's that weird air note that they have in Bath & Body Works scents that I don't like. Any of those scents that have that, I'm not a big fan of. And this has kind of a weird scent to it too. And I'm not really sure what it is. Let me give you the notes. So the notes, I'm getting all my notes from Fragrantica, by the way. This is watery notes, raspberry and apple. Middle notes are coconut milk, water lily, and guava blossom. Base notes are cotton candy, vanilla, musk, solar notes, and amber. Maybe it's the solar notes that I'm getting. Maybe it's the coconut milk. I don't know. I don't love this one. It's very sweet. It is a very sweet scent, but it has kind of like this, it could be the musk. It has like this weird kind of almost halitosis. I know that sounds terrible. Undertone to it. So while I kind of enjoy it, it's not my favorite. I don't dislike it enough that I feel like I'm going to declutter it or put it in my immediately things that I'm thinking about decluttering. I need to wear it a few more times. Maybe this will work better in cooler weather. That happens sometimes too, but I'm not in love with it. I know it's been really hyped up, but definitely this is not a safe blind buy to me. I would not recommend this as a safe blind buy if you're looking for something sweet. This is a little weird. It's okay, but it's definitely not a love for me. Then we went on to another one that I blind bought because this is not available in the States, and I ordered it. I got a used a used bottle of it on Mercari a couple years ago. This one was also really hyped up. This is Narciso Rodriguez Ambree. That's the cubes. And everybody talked about how this was like a lovely summer scent. To me, it's just fine. It's very light. It's very, very florally. It's like a floral musk, which is not something I necessarily really enjoy. I'm not a big tropical floral fan, and I think if you like tropical florals, you'll probably enjoy this one more. The notes on this are frangipani, ylang ylang, and white flowers. Middle notes are musk and amber. Base notes are cashmere, vanilla, and cedar. And like I said, I just am not really into tropical florals. I like my white florals, but those yellow waxy type of florals are just not my favorite. This is pleasant enough. I will occasionally wear this, but I have to be really in the mood for a floral musk, and that's not what I normally go for. So it's not one that I really love. It is, I feel, a more warm weather. It's going to perform better in the warm than in the cool weather. So, summer is a good time into September even, but you might be getting sick of it. I know people are already like, pumpkin spice lattes. No, I do not need pumpkin in September. It's too hot still. So this is, if you like musky florals, this would be a good one. I get more of the florals, but then the musk, but it does kind of have that like muskiness to the florals. It's another one that I don't love. I don't hate it. And I wore it thinking I might declutter it. And I decided not to declutter it, but it's definitely not one that I reach for on a regular basis. I'm trying to keep this organized. I have 30 perfumes here on the love seat and all my strips and my notes, and it's a little crazy. Next up we have Eau de Juice, which is from Cosmopolitan, and this is Happy Place. I wrote down Happy Place on my list, and because this is how I organize. I have the videos that I put out, and then I wrote down what perfume I wore each day so that I could keep track and keep them in order. And I put down Happy Place, and I was like, what is Happy Place? What is this perfume? And then I had to like look it up, and I was like, oh, this is this weird one that they have sometimes on Ulta, but sometimes not. This is very summery. This is very citrusy. It has a sharpness to it, but it's sweet at the same time. This is definitely your tropical kind of typical summer fragrance. So the notes, there we go. The notes on this one are passion fruit and pear. Middle notes are yuzu and red berries. Base notes are musk and woodsy notes. I really get the yuzu the most in here. I would almost say it has like a pineapple, and maybe that's the sweeter fruits in the top mixing with that yuzu. But I definitely get the yuzu, which is a lemon, and I get the red berries. I don't really get the woodsy or musky notes. It's just a very summer type scent. Something that I think Bath & Body Works would do well. It has that tartness to it. If you like sunshine and lemons, I think you will like this one. It's kind of similar in some ways. Yeah, I do like this one. It's definitely not an Escada fragrance. It does not have that sweetness that Escada fragrances have. It's a sharper fragrance. Yeah, not as sweet. Next up, we have another one from Skylar. This is Lime Sands, and it does have the lime on the sands in the back. I wanted to get this one, once again, a blind buy. Hadn't had a chance to smell it, which is kind of annoying about Skylar because they have some that are readily available, but some that aren't. I'm trying to remember how I got this one, either at Sephora or at Macy's. Maybe I got, I got Boardwalk Delight at Macy's or at Sephora, and I didn't get a discount. Oh, that hurts more. This one I did get at Macy's with the discount. So let me give you the notes. The notes on this one are lime, sea salt, and verbena. Middle notes are coconut water, lily of the valley, and orange blossom. Base notes are musk, driftwood, and vanilla. This reminds me quite a bit of coconut lime verbena from Bath & Body Works. If you remember that scent, that's one of my all-time favorite scents from them. I really loved that one, and mango mandarin. Probably informs you on what type of scents I still enjoy. It has the sea salt in it. It can react a little weird. I don't necessarily like salt scents on my skin. They don't always react. Like, I don't like how they smell. But the lime and the coconut the lime for the most part is the star of this. So it's light, it's refreshing. It's definitely a lovely summer scent. It's very fruity, but it has a little bit more depth than just like a one note type of scent. But I think if you liked coconut lime verbena, back in the day, this would be a good one to try. So far, this is my favorite of the ones we've talked about so far. And I actually think it's going to end up being my scent of the day because I haven't put perfume on yet today because I knew I was going to be smelling all of these and I needed to give my nose some sort of a break. But yes, if you like really citrusy, salty scents, that's a good one. Then we have Vie Est Belle. This is the Soleil Cristal, and this is the coconut version. And yes, I leave the plastic on my little doohickeys, whatever they're called. This definitely gives you the DNA of La Vie Est Belle, but it is a lighter one, but you definitely get the patchouli in there. So the notes on this one are mandarin orange, pink pepper, and bergamot. Middle notes are ylang ylang, iris, orange blossom, and jasmine. Base notes are coconut, vanilla, and patchouli. So to me, this smells like La Vie Est Belle quite a lot, but lighter, a little bit more friendly. I don't love La Vie Est Belle. Just going to put that out there. The coconut is there. It's not the most prominent type of a note, though. I feel like if you don't like patchouli, this is one that you definitely need to stay away from. But if you love La Vie Est Belle, this is a good alternative. This is probably my second favorite flanker. There we go. Eclat is my favorite. It's just a little bit lighter. I like lighter, slightly lighter scents. This one is not one that I'd wear in 100-degree heat. This is probably 80s is the highest I would wear this. I think it would be too much even in 90-degree weather. So a nice summer alternative if you love La Vie Est Belle. It's not one that I would say run out and get. And of course, fragrances are very subjective, so go with what you like to smell on you and what kind of makes you feel best. This is one of my favorite lines. This is Guerlain La Petite Robe Noire, and this is the Eau Fresh version. These are hard to find. You do have to find them on the gray market, so Fragrance Net, Zulily occasionally, those type of stores. You don't find them in most retailers, at least this line. Unless you go to Disney World. That's where I first saw them, in the French perfumery, and that's not exactly easy to get to. It's actually not very cost effective either because you have to pay to get into Epcot to visit the perfumery. So anyway, let me give you the notes on this one. This has a ton of notes. The top notes are lemon, bergamot, mandarin orange, and orange blossom. Middle notes are almond blossom, sour cherry, freesia, strawberry, raspberry, peach, Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, jasmine sambac. Base notes are pistachio, almond, vanilla, tonka bean, patchouli, and white musk. So this, I feel like, is the most refreshing of their scents. It has the most citruses in it. It doesn't have that tea in it, which can make them feel a little heavier. But it still has that cherry. You still get that. You get a little bit of the nuttiness, but it's a dry nuttiness. It's not like a sweet nuttiness that some of my other favorite perfumes have. Yeah, if you're looking for something just light and refreshing, citrusy, fruity, but not like sickly sweet, like this doesn't have sweetness to it, this is a good one. This is La Petite Robe Noire Eau Fresh. I've heard this is discontinued, but it's a really lovely one. This is my tiniest bottle. It's only an ounce. The other ones that I have are larger, so it is a nice one, and it is one that I think is probably more universally liked than some of these other ones. Next up, I have one from Truly. This is Coco Cloud. That label is not on there centered. Oh, that drives me a little nuts. And then look at the back. It's off center too. This is at Ulta. I picked this up, and it was fairly inexpensive, if I remember right. I think I got it during a sale, though. That's when I buy most of my perfumes. Got to get them on sale. The Boardwalk Delight I got was a points multiplier, but everything else, usually I wait till there's a sale or clearance or, gray market. This one is really nice. If you are looking for a coconut cream, this is your scent. There's only 3 notes listed both on Ulta and on Fragrantica, and that is vanilla, coconut, and white tea. I don't really get the white tea at all. This smells like you've whipped up a bunch of coconut. I don't know if you can froth coconut, but it smells like, I guess you can because they make lattes. But it's like you've taken vanilla syrup and coconut and you've whipped them together, and it's really frothy and delicious. I could eat this. It is very tropical, very summery. I think this would actually be fun to layer with lime sands. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do that because I don't layer a lot, occasionally, but this is summertime to me. It's not a coconutty, like sunscreeny scent. I don't tend to always enjoy those. This is like an edible coconut vanilla type of a scent. So truly Cocoa Cloud. I think this one is really nice, and hopefully you can test that in Ulta. I can't remember if I saw it when I was in there, but I really like it. Then I tried Bon Parfumeur. This is 203. I did a video on my sample set of this, and someone just commented recently that they love this one too, and it's so much more complex than you would think. It is so good. So this is raspberry, vanilla, and blackberry is what 203 kind of stands for. That was a little hard to spray. I don't know why. I think this is a great year-round scent. You definitely could wear this one year-round. It's not too sickly that it's too much in the summer, but it has more depth to it that I feel like you could wear this year-round. My poor iPad is getting perfume on it. So our notes on this are red fruits, pear, and neroli. Middle notes are solar notes, jasmine, and rose. Base notes are vanilla, ambergris, musk, and whitewoods. I don't agree with what Fragrantica is saying. Like, there's more in there, but it's raspberry, blackberry, and vanilla. You got to get those in there. So you do have like some berry scents, perfumed berries though. It's not a photorealistic type of a scent like some of the other ones. But there's those tart berries in there. You have some juiciness. You have the vanilla. This I think is going to be really lovely in the fall. I can even see wearing it around the holidays because the blackberries are just such a delicious scent note. I love them. And vanilla is such a good one. But it's light enough also that I feel like you could wear it in the summer. I mean, I did. And it's not going to be overpowering. It's not going to be overwhelming. It's not sickly sweet. It has a little bit of sweetness to it. Not like the last one we just talked about. Just a hint of that there, and it's really lovely. So Bon Parfumeur, I really enjoy these. They don't carry them in store at Sephora, but you can order a sample set, and I really recommend that because I found some real gems. Next up, we have Escada Santorini Sunset Sunrise. This is the newest flanker from Escada. They put out one every summer. They actually come out usually in December for the next upcoming season. It's beautiful. It is really sweet. It is very fruity. It has a little bit of florals to it. So our notes on this are sorbet, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Middle notes are bougainvillea, pink pepper, and jasmine, and basis earthy notes. I hope I didn't butcher that one floral name. If I did, I'm sorry. It's really pretty. I feel like it has a little bit more depth than some of the more recent ones. And it's a little bit, I don't want to say sharper, but there's a little more to it than I feel the past couple ones before this. I do really like it. It's my favorite. No, that is still Miami Blossom. That one's just very summery. This one feels a little bit more springy. I get the florals just a little bit more. I feel like this has a longer range of dates than some of the other ones because it doesn't feel just completely tropical, fruity, but it definitely is a tropical fruity scent. If you've tried an Escada, they have that same DNA. All right, we have this honkin' one next. This is Zara Fizzy Breeze Splash, and I picked this one up. I just thought it was kind of interesting. It's an EDT, if I remember right, and it's huge. Ugh, I can't read anything on the bottom of the bottle. I actually don't think it's in English, so I think that's probably part of the reason. It is very, very light. So this is one that you have to spray a lot of, I feel. Even on the strip, it takes a lot. But it is so fizzy and so refreshing. I think the Splash name fits it really well. The Fizzy fits it really well as well. Couldn't find this on Fragrantica, and I swear I had it in my collection, but I don't remember my password. It's saved on my computer, and I didn't want to try to hack into it on my iPad. It was too much work. Didn't have the brain power to do that today, or the energy is what I really mean. So the notes that Zara gave it, the webpage is gone, but it still pulls up on Google, is mango, strawberry, and a musky trail. And I think I kind of get the mango in here. It has that sweetness, but there's like a certain tartness to a mango, you know? Not really a tartness, but there's a distinct scent to a mango, if that makes sense. And then I can see, maybe not necessarily strawberries, but I can see that there's some other sweet type of a fruit in there. Probably a berry of some sort. I don't get the musk in here. It is very light. It is very refreshing. This is one that on the very hottest days I would love to wear because it feels just energizing and feels like cooling. So this is one that if it's really hot and I'm just feeling, well, I will spray this around on me just to give me a little pick me up, and it just kind of makes me feel cooler. And I do like this one a lot. I hope they bring back, it's really hard to tell, like with Zara, what they're doing. I'm not a Zara expert, but I am glad that I picked this one up. I don't know how much it is on the secondary market, but don't go crazy, okay? It's not worth crazy prices because it is very fleeting, like most Zara's that I have found. And, but it is really, really nice and refreshing. We're only a third of the way through. Yikes. All right, next up we have Dolce Pineapple by Dolce & Gabbana. This one is very hard to find. It was very hard to find from the very beginning. I remember seeing this teased out, and then it took me 18 months before I actually finally found a bottle, and I had to order it out of Canada. There's also a lime and an orange, but pineapple is my favorite. I haven't picked up the lemon. It's still on my wish list. This is not exactly what I was expecting. It is marketed as unisex. It is a huge bottle. This is a 5 ounce. So it is not as sweet as I was hoping a pineapple. It's more of a tart pineapple, not quite ripe pineapple. It's not a ripe pineapple, you know, that's just kind of soft and juicy and sweet. No, this is like the pineapple that you get that's cut up, and it's a little chewy, little hard because it's not quite ripe. That's what I get with this, but there's also some greenness in here, and it is really nice. I do really enjoy it. I am savoring it. I know it doesn't look like I wear it that much. I do have a slight dent, but it's not one that I'm going to be wearing every day. It's not one that I crave to wear every day. It is also not one that I necessarily say go out and buy a bottle of it, because this guy, I don't even know how much. It's over $200 for this size, and they only made it in one size, and they were very hard to find. I did finally find a kind of a deal on it, but yeah, I think Abby has she's mentioned that she has some decants on her website if you want to try that. So I will link her YouTube channel down below. Yeah, I do really like this one. I'm very happy that I have it, but it's not one I would say run out and get because it's so expensive and it's so hard to find. And now I think there's probably, it was just so limited. ridiculously limited, and it didn't need to be that way. And I'm very disappointed that Dolce & Gabbana didn't just release it, because I think they would have done really, really well. Silly me, I forgot to give you the notes. Top notes are pineapple and Sicilian mandarin. Middle note is jasmine sambac. Base notes are vanilla absolute, ambergris, orchid, and tobacco. I get some greenness in here, and I get the pineapple, maybe a little bit of the orange, adding to that it feels citrusy, but pineapple kind of smells citrusy a lot of the time. So yeah, those are the notes. I'm so happy I have it. I love the bottle. The bottle, so cute. But man, it's expensive, and I don't like expensive fragrances. I don't like paying expensive prices. All right, back to the one that I was talking about. This is Tom Ford Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua. This is the smaller, this is a 30 ml, but it's also the cheaper version. He has two versions of this. There is the aqua version and the non-aqua version. This one is what they sell at Ulta, and I used Ulta points to get this one. This is definitely a unisex scent to me. I think it has vetiver in it, because vetiver always has like a dry, grassy type scent to me, but I'm definitely getting the mandarin in here as well. It's very pretty, but it definitely doesn't feel overly sweet. It does have a sweetness to it because the mandarin is prominent, so it does have that sweetness that you expect from a mandarin orange. I just tried to delete part of a recipe that I screenshotted instead of the perfume notes that I have screenshotted. So our notes are mandarin orange, grapefruit, mint, bergamot, tarragon, and blackcurrant. Middle notes are orange blossom, lemon leaf oil, basil, clary sage, wildflowers, thyme, jasmine, shiso, I don't know what that is, black pepper, and coriander. Base notes are musk, vetiver, civet, labdanum, and amber. So many notes. Oh my gosh. To me, a lot of those kind of get mixed in the shuffle. Maybe I get the grapefruit because it is a citrusy type of scent. Definitely get the mandarin. Definitely get like that vetiver. Maybe a little bit of aromatic, but not so much. I do like this one. I think this is a good summer scent. It is refreshing. It's not overpowering. I think this is one that I could wear to work, and it would smell nice, and it wouldn't smell like too sweet, and it wouldn't smell, overpowering. It's a lighter type of a scent. I do really like this one. I think they did a nice job. Still expensive, but not nearly as expensive as the non-aqua version. And I think I probably like this one. I feel like this one's a little lighter, so I like it better. But it's been a while since I've been into a cosmetic company store that had it, that I could kind of give a test to it. So it's nice. It's expensive. Get it at a good deal. Next up, we have another Zara. This is Hibiscus. I heard a lot of stuff about this last summer, and I was very excited to get a chance to smell it, to try it in, I did try it in store. I think I got a little overwhelmed because I was trying to test out, they don't have test strips, so I was spraying them on my arm. I had one here, and then one here, and one in the middle of my arm, and then I was trying to do the back of my arm on both arms. It was a lot. I don't know if I love this scent. I kind of get, there's the same kind of weirdness that I get with the Fizzy Breeze Splash, which I think is might be with the mango, but it's just, I like it, but I'm it's just a little weird. So the notes on Hibiscus are tangerine, bitter orange. Middle notes are passion fruit, mango. There it is, mango. Peony. Base notes are amber, vanilla, and orchid. And it could just be, I don't know how many mango forward fragrances I have. It's pretty. It smells slightly grapey, which I know people are probably oh my gosh. But there's just something that kind of reminds me of my grandpa's grapevines that he had. So probably not the grapes that you buy in the store, but these were organic sweet grapes. There's just something about it. I kind of like it. It doesn't feel very florally to me. It is more of a fruity floral than a floral with fruit, if that makes sense. I can tell there's florals, but that's not really what I'm getting. I'm getting kind of a tropical punch type of a deal, not like super sweet like an Escada, but in the range of Escada, like just dipping its toes into Escada, if that makes sense. So it's nice. I do like it. For now, I'm going to keep it and wear it, but I don't know if it was worth all the hype. That's how I feel about a lot of Zara fragrances, though. So, sorry. If you are curious about Zara fragrances whatsoever, check out Coco Pebs. She is the definitive authority on Zara fragrances. She does all of the reviews. If you watch her stories, she's going into Zara and testing out things all the time. That's how I find out about things. And yeah, so she's the queen. Next up, we have Valentino Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. So many words. And this is probably the lightest of all of the scents in the Donna Born in Roma line. There's also the Donna line. And so they have the original, the intense, this one, and Coral Fantasy. I might like this one more than Coral Fantasy. It's been a while since I wore Coral Fantasy. Anyway, our notes are lemon, middle note is rose, base note is white musk. That does not tell me much of anything, but I feel like there's probably maybe a little vanilla in here. There's something that kind of gives me that, yes, it is related to Donna Born in Roma, but it is very different. The lemon is definitely prominent, but it's a very sweet lemon, like almost a candied lemon. And I do get the musk in here too. Maybe the rose in there too. So it's a sweet, citrusy scent, but not like overly citrusy. I think this is very refreshing. I think it is a lovely summer scent. I would be happy to wear this in the spring and into the early fall as well. But you have to like candied lemons. That is definitely, I'm getting that candied lemon scent from it. But if you are unsure of Donna Born in Roma, this type of a flanker, I think this one's really nice and refreshing. And if you like citruses, this is I really like this one. If I'm looking at my citruses, this might be my favorite citrus, just because it's kind of candied, but not overly candied, and it feels really just kind of blended together. I also have to say, as I was preparing for this and looking up notes, Fragrantica kicked me off of the site because it said that I was looking at too many things too quickly, and so I missed one of my fragrances. I had to look up the notes. So this is Victoria's Secret's Very Sexy Now. I picked this up in my first real shopping experience at Victoria's Secret, and I picked up this and two other fragrances. So our notes in this one are guava, middle note is flowers, and base note is coconut. Since I didn't have a screenshot of it, I needed to talk about it before I lost the webpage. This is very tropical. This smells like it has some yellow florals in it, probably some hibiscus is what I'm thinking. But the guava is very prominent too, but it feels like it's a floral fruity scent instead of a fruity floral, if that makes sense. Definitely get the coconut in there. It's just light and fun and very sweet, very, very sweet. Maybe not the sweetest scent in here, but it is pretty sweet, and it doesn't have any of that citrus in it, so it's just a very, I don't want to say one note, but it's kind of just like one note floral mixed with that fruitiness. Very nice. It's very pretty. It's very fun. It's just very, I don't want to say youthful, but I do like it. It was one that I was a little unsure of because it's not something I wear every day, but I really like this one. I kind of want to wear this one today too now. Decisions. That's the problem with doing these videos. This is a newer fragrance. This is I don't remember what they're called, but it is Tory Burch Divine Moon. I smelled several of these last August, I want to say. Is that right? I got it before they were widely available. They're just starting to show up in other stores other than Nordstrom. I saw them in store, and that's how I got this one. This one is so light. I wore this to church on a Sunday because I thought this would be a good one for church because it has some summery qualities, but it's not as sickling, not like super sweet, not like a super projector. Just kind of, I thought this would be a nice one for church. And then I was craving it. I was like, I wish I had sprayed more on it because I could kind of smell it, but I just wanted to drench myself in it. I wanted to smell it more. And I'm smelling it. I'm like, what am I smelling right now? So our top notes are bergamot and rhubarb. Middle notes are lady of the night, flower, and honey. Base notes are sandalwood and almond milk. Okay, interesting. I'm getting some greenness, and I'm wondering if that's the lady of the night flower. I don't think I have any other fragrances with that in it. But yeah, it smells green, but not like a unisex green. I still feel like this is more on the feminine side. And I'm getting a little bit of that almond to like that slightly arid quality of an almond. It's really pretty. I really like it. It is, I think you could probably wear this year round, but it's refreshing enough that it didn't feel heavy in the summer, but I feel like it's sophisticated enough that you could wear it in the spring and in the fall. I don't know, maybe in the cold of winter I might not enjoy it too much, but it is really nice. It's one that hasn't been talked about a lot, but like I said, I was craving to put more of this on the day I was wearing it. I was like, what is that? Like, I could get little whiffs of it, and I was like, I want it stronger on my skin. So it is light. It is definitely a light one, but I feel like it would be good for the office as well. So you're not like, sometimes people's perfumes are too strong, and will not give you that problem. This next one's just a little guy. This is from Replica by Maison Margiela, and this is Matcha Meditation. Why am I looking at the name of it? I know what it is. This is one of my favorite scents. As you can see, I have put a good sized dent in this one. This is another one that I think is definitely a year-round fragrance. It's comforting. It has some sweetness to it. It almost smells like white chocolate is in there with it. There's something to it. I just really love this fragrance. I've worn the heck out of it. Like you can see, it's, something that I'll put on in the middle of the day to kind of just feel better. It's comforting, but it's also like uplifting in ways. I love this scent. I really love this scent. So the notes on Matcha Meditation are green tea, bergamot, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are jasmine, mate, I don't know. Orange blossom and matcha tea. Base notes are white chocolate, moss, and cedar. Okay, that's why I'm getting that white chocolate. It almost has, like if this was a candy bar, it would be a very perfumed candy bar, but there's something about it that reminds me of a candy bar a little bit. That sounds crazy, I know. If you like tea scents, I think you would still like this one. I don't usually like tea scents. It's not usually something that I'm drawn to. This is very different. I don't know if it's because it's the green tea, and I don't really have a lot of green tea scents. I have one of the Elizabeth Ardens, but I think this one is just wonderful. I'm so happy that it's become more widely available because it wasn't available in the States at first, and then Nordstrom was the only one that had it. And I thought I liked it, but I didn't want to, they're expensive. So I'm very glad that I got this, and I do want to get a full-size bottle eventually. I probably will finish this up in the next year or so. So look for this in 2024 empties. It's so good. I really like this one. Like I said, I think it is definitely a year-round. It is uplifting. It is light, but it's also comforting. And I don't feel like it. I feel like in the winter I wear it and I really enjoy it. In the summer I wore it and it was really pleasant. So yeah. This might be the prettiest bottle that we're going to talk about today. This is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes. I honestly just wanted it because of the bottle. It is so pretty. I redeemed my Ulta points for this. I had $125 worth of Ulta points, and this was $122. So I redeemed them all. I got a couple other things with it so that I could get my $125 worth. It kind of smells like light blue. Not going to lie, I don't think this is like overly special in the light blue universe, but the bottle is definitely special. Just wait till I'll compare it to one of the other flankers they have in just a second. So the notes on this one are Calabrian bergamot, middle note is peach, and base note is cedar. I am getting the peach a little bit. It's not a sweet peach. It is not a ripe peach. It is like a peach that is not ripe that you're trying to like cut into or eat, that you definitely need to put sugar on. It's kind of that almost not really citrusy, but you know, that sharpness of the peach. I'm getting that better now than when I first wore it. I do really like it. Do I own light blue? No, I do not own light blue. I have a couple flankers of light blue. So this is Love is Love. You can see the difference in the packaging. They just did so much more this summer, and I'm here for it. I love it. I know a lot of people were just in love with this bottle. And if you like light blue, I think this is a safe blind buy. If you like just citrusy type of light scents that are refreshing, I still think you're going to like it. If you're looking for something sweet, this isn't a sweet scent. It's lovely. Actually, I probably will end up using this as a pillow spray. Ooh, I know. That's what I've done with all of my samples of light blue and the little travel spray that I had. I like it. I don't love it. I love the bottle. And it definitely is something that I will keep long after the perfume has either gone bad or been used up, because it is such a beautiful bottle. And buying bottles is half the reason I buy perfumes. We've been here so long. Number 20, this is Woman Cherry by Zara. And this one is also, I think, did they bring this back? I think they brought back Cherry Smoothie instead. I really like this one. This has a real lightness to it, and it's a more arid type of a cherry. It's not thick. I feel like Cherry Smoothie that they've done is more thick, and it's not one that I would necessarily wear in the summer. I feel like it's more of a fall type of a scent for me, but I really like this one. So our notes on this one are mandarin orange, cherry, and pear. Middle notes are sour cherry blossom, peony, and tiare flower. Base notes are black vanilla husk and praline. I think I'm getting a little bit of the cherry blossom. That's why it smells more arid to me. And then the fruits that are in here, this is a really lovely summer fragrance. Once again, the type of fragrance that I like to spray on if I'm feeling overheated, if I'm feeling like just a little down, like tired. This is what I spray. Good pick me up, good kind of a cooling mist. This is probably my second favorite cherry Zara fragrance, because cherry watermelon ice is definitely my favorite. This did not make it into my cherry fragrances that I just filmed that. It's going to be weeks before you see it. Sorry. Got a lot going on. Got a lot of videos to put out. But I do like this one. I don't necessarily think it's an overly cherry fragrance. So if you're worried about it being overly cherry, but you like cherry blossom, I think you'll get a little touch of the cherry blossom in there. But you also are just getting like a refreshing fruit, but not sweet, more arid type of fruit. It's nice. I do enjoy it. And it is one, I know there's a slight dent in there, which is pretty good for me. I had to include a Mugler. I've talked about a lot of Muglers over the years because I have a lot of them, but I've talked about a lot of them in 30 and 30s because they have been in my collection for quite a while. But I wanted to talk about Angel Ice Star. This is an EDT. Controversial opinion. I don't really like Angel. It's not one that I want to wear. It's just too much for me. It's too much. This, though, is really lovely. It has the patchouli in it, which is kind of interesting. It's very different than the Soleil Cristal that we talked about earlier. This one is more refreshing. So our notes on this one are pineapple, coconut, vanilla, praline, and patchouli. And I don't know, maybe I'm getting the praline a little bit, but it does smell like a pina colada. It's like a pina colada with patchouli. Weird picture, I know. It is really good. It is one of my favorite flankers from Angel. Controversial. Well, my favorite is one that's very hard to find. I've heard this is getting hard to find, but Eau Creuser 2019. Favorite. This is probably my second favorite flanker. I really, really, really like this. I want to wear this one today too. You have to be able to stand patchouli because it does have that prominent patchouli, but it does dry down a little bit and it's not as much. But if you like pina coladas and you want like a perfumed pina colada, this is your scent. Angel Eye Star. It is really good. I don't always love Angels, but when I do, I really love them. Then we got this little guy. I have been waiting for this little guy for the longest time. So this is Fame by Paco Rabanne. They put out Phantom 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, something around then. And my perfume, well, she wasn't mine, but the perfume rep at my Macy's, she and I were talking about it, and we talked about this scent, and she was so excited for this scent to come out, and we talked about what the bottle might look like, and we looked at like ads that they had for Phantom, and we're like, well, maybe they'll make it look like this or like this. And unfortunately, she passed away before this fragrance came out, so I really think of her when I, it's been just a year. Wow. Last time I saw her, I had picked up La Belle Fleur Terrible, and she gave me a hug, and she said, I'll see you when you get back. And I never saw her again. But at least that was a good last memory. And so I think of her when I wear this, when I pick this up. I want the pink one. I think it's the same scent, but I just want the pink bottle. I know that's ridiculous. This reminds me kind of a Prada Paradox. Not gonna lie. It is kind of generic. I don't like saying that, but I feel like there's several scents that are very similar in my collection, and this is one of them. Will I get rid of any of them? No, because the other two that I feel are kind of similar to Fame, I feel like Good Fortune has a very similar scent profile. I feel like Prada Paradox does too. I've been wearing Prada Paradox a lot. I need to reach for this one a little bit more. I put this one off. Yeah, anyway, I really like Good Fortune too. Don't need all of them, but I'm not going to get rid of any of them. So our notes on this one are mango and bergamot. Middle notes are jasmine and olibanum. Base notes are vanilla and sandalwood. I don't really get the mango. Like, if you asked me to name what fruit was in this, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I definitely get a vanilla fragrance in this. If you like Prada Paradox, I think you will really like this one. It's maybe a little lighter. If you like, well, Good Fortune I think is a little bit more controversial because it has that anise note in it. But I like this one. I think it's very nice. I think it is a very neutral kind of a scent. I don't think it's going to offend anybody. If you like vanilla, you're going to like it. It's nice, but you have to like the bottle. Like, I know so many people have complained about this bottle. They were very upset about it. They're like, it looks so awful. I think it's cute. I like unusual bottles though. So that's me. Okay, we can talk about Love is Love now by Dolce & Gabbana. This is the light blue flanker. This came out a couple years ago, and I heard a lot of good things about this one. I have another flanker in the sun, and that was okay. So when this one came out, I was like, I'm not going to buy any more flankers of light blue. The bottles don't really do it for me. Like, this is so boring. It has like this plastic cap, like whatever. I want something special with my bottles. This one had some unusual notes though, so that's why I decided to pick it up finally. I got it at some discount site. We have lemon, Granny Smith, apple, and red berries. Middle notes are ice cream, raspberry, and jasmine. Base notes are whipped cream, musk, cedar, and amber. I do not get that any of these are... I don't get the ice cream. I don't get the whipped cream. I get that it's light blue with some berries. And maybe I get the apple, maybe not. Do I think this is superior to light blue? Yes, I think it is a better scent. I do enjoy it. It's kind of refreshing. I like that this berry note is in it. It feels a little bit different. I don't want to say it's necessarily sweeter because I don't feel like it's a sweet scent at all. It's light blue. Like if you've tried light blue, you know how it smells. And it's on the same plane in terms of sweetness. But just has a little bit of a berry note in there. It's nice. Is it one that I feel like you're going to out of your mind and you need to go get it? No. But if you like light blue and you want something different, this is a nice one. If you like citrusy scents, you might want to try it. But it's not one that it takes a lot for me to love a perfume nowadays. Just saying. I'm also feeling slightly fatigued from all of these and I'm starving. I need to go eat. So next up I have one of the Juicy Couture We Plays, and this is Sweet Diva. I have all of these. They are expensive. These are only half an ounce and they're like $36. I've bought them all on sale when they're on sale, but still, that's a lot. And you're supposed to be able to stack them, but I don't know. I'm not really... What do you do with the caps then? Like, do you just have like these weird caps sitting around and you have them all stacked like that? And they definitely swirl. So you can technically stack them. That being said, I absolutely love Juicy Couture. It is probably my favorite fragrance house. I know people are going to be like, no, I love Viva La Juicy. It is my signature scent. These make me happy. They have some really lovely scents. They smell good. I'm sorry. They smell good. Maybe they're pedestrian. Maybe they're generic. But I want to smell good. I wear perfume for me. I don't wear it to challenge my nose. I don't wear it to be interesting. It's for me. So our notes on this are top notes of raspberry, coconut, and pear. Middle notes are peony, gardenia, and freesia. Base notes are musk, ambroxan, and sandalwood. And this smells so good. I get that raspberry with the coconut in there. It doesn't smell tropical by any means. It just smells like a nice fruity scent. Creamy. Delicious. Doesn't smell like Viva La Juicy to me. This is definitely more in the We line. But it's really pleasant. It's really nice. I feel like you could get this in... I actually feel like this Cosmopolitan would fit in with their juice box line. I feel like even Zara... No, not Zara. I feel like this is too sweet for Zara. I don't have anything like this, but I think it is so lovely. It is sweet and creamy and fruity, like that berry. It definitely has that berry. Like if you want a raspberry note, this is a good one. And so, yes, Sweet Diva. I really like this one. I wish they had them in bigger bottles because I don't need half-ounce bottles. Like, give me a full size. I told you I liked Juicy Couture. So this next one is Viva La Juicy Neon. I love the packaging on this one. I know people don't like these jars. I think they're fun and happy, and I love the ombre bow on this one. I love the colors, like a pinky, orange, neon. Yeah, that looks amazing. I love happy colors, and seeing these all lined up makes me so happy. This I feel is the most summery of all of the Viva La Juicies. It has a grapefruit note to it, which I think really helps with it. So our top note is pink grapefruit, middle note is orange blossom, base notes are tonka bean and woodsy notes. That tonka bean and the woodsy notes gives it a bit of the quality of Viva La Juicy, but if you don't like Viva La Juicy, I don't think you're going to not necessarily like this one. if you like grapefruit, I think this is a fun one to try. It has that citrusness to it. It's refreshing, but it's also sweet. Not overly sweet. It's not like a sickly sweet. But I do get that it is in the Viva La Juicy line. I really enjoy it. I think it's lovely. And it's definitely one that if I'm thinking for the summer, wow, that really changed my coloring. Yikes. I really like this one. So Viva La Juicy Neon. If you're looking for a summer version of Viva La Juicy, this is it. I'm sorry. This one sold out ridiculously fast. It's Zara Barbie. I am so happy I have this. This is a marshmallow scent. I didn't even know what the scent notes were when I ordered this because they weren't on the website yet. They just had it for sale and I blindly bought it because it was 4 a.m. and I knew it was going to sell out because everything Barbie movie has been selling out. And as a Barbie collector, hardcore most of my life, I knew I needed this one. This is in the realm of Oriana. It is in the realm of Viva La Juicy. I feel like, not Viva La Juicy, Love Don't Be Shy. I feel like it's right in the middle. It's not as, it's right in the middle of those two. Like they're different, but similar, if that makes sense. The notes listed on this one are neroli and orange. Middle notes are orange blossom and rose. Base notes are vanilla and tonka. It smells like it has marshmallow, whipped marshmallow. Has a little bit of powderiness. Not as much as Oriana, but not as much orange blossom. Like, it's not as sweet and heavy as Love Don't Be Shy. But if you've tried either of those fragrances or a dupe of either of those fragrances, if you like orange blossom, if you like marshmallow, this was a really good one. But if you have those two, you probably don't need this one. Go get a dupe. Try the Dossier. Love Don't Be Shy. Yes, they have sent me perfumes, but I still really like it. And it is satiating me while I lust after the $300 bottle of... I think they're up to $300 now. They're a lot of money anyway. So I'm not buying Love Don't Be Shy. But this one was really lovely. If you have a store, you can try to find it at the store. I don't know if they're going to have any left. I don't know how fast they sold out, but I know that by the time I woke up, they were gone. So that is Barbie by Zara. It's probably my favorite Zara fragrance. Sorry. Okay, another Zara. We have Peach Glow by Zara. I ordered this at the same time as I ordered Zara Barbie because I wanted free shipping. And I hate ordering from Zara. You probably have heard me rant about that in my hauls. But this one is very interesting. It kind of reminds me very, very, very loosely of Eau Corsair 2019, The Angel by Mugler. There's something, like, I think it's the mix of the grapefruit with the peach reminds me of the grapefruit with the mango in that one. But they're very different. So our top notes are peach and grapefruit. Middle note is jasmine. Base notes are praline and amber. So it has that praline in there too. I think if you're looking for an alternative to that, you might like it. If you're looking for a pure peach scent, this isn't a pure peach scent. It's kind of a stinky peach, which sounds weird. It almost smells like there might be some patchouli mixed in there. This is why I think it's kind of reminding me of Eau Corsair. I think it is nice. I do like it. I've worn it a few times and I found it interesting, but it's not one I would wear to work because I feel like it has that little stank to it. And it's an okay stank, but I don't know if I'd want to have people around me, like coworkers around me with this. I will wear this out in public though. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, I do like this one. I think it is nice, but it is not an authentic peach. It is not a sweet scent. It is, I would say that this one almost leans unisex, slightly feminine, but more in the unisex realm because of where it lands with that grapefruit. It took me a long time to kind of like think about why it smelled familiar. And it just kind of occurred to me today that that's where why I think it smells familiar. And it smelled familiar immediately. Next up we have from Michael Germain. This is, or Michael, I don't know. Sugarful Sunshine, and this is the 4th in the series. And I got this one from HSN, and it came in a 2-pack. Sugared citrus, a little bit of pineapple in there, but almost like a light seasoning in there, like some spices, but not a lot of spices, but just like maybe they were cleaning and or making cinnamon sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon got into the sugar bowl and then made it onto the fruit, if that makes sense. So our notes are pineapple, mango, and lime. Middle notes are coconut water and frangipani. Base notes are agave, moss, and amber. So I think that's the agave is where I'm getting that sugariness from. Definitely smells like citrus, has a little bit of the pineapple. Not necessarily an authentic pineapple scent though. Like I said, it smells like we got some spices that got slightly mixed in with the sugar, put it on the fruits. It's nice. I really do like it. I think it is refreshing. It is definitely sweet, so if you don't like sweets, stay far away. But a little bit sharper than many of the Escadas, if that makes sense. It's kind of like in between. If you took light blue and you mixed it with like pink sugar, you're going to get something in this range. Okay, we have the other Juicy Couture. This is Decadent Queen, and I wanted to wear this one because it has a cherry note in it, and I was testing it out for my cherry fragrance video. It almost smells like it has more berries to it than more than just a cherry note to it. It has like some berries in there too. Okay, our notes on this are cherry, pink pepper, and white cyclamen. Middle note, plum, that's what it is. Plum, honeysuckle, and pink peony. Base notes are vanilla bean, amber, and woodsy notes. It almost smells like you have some, what is it when they, like they're soaked in Cœur Royal, I think is what it is, when you take cherries and you soak them in a liqueur. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. And I think the plum is probably presenting with that. It is a sweet scent. It is a sweet scent. It is, I don't necessarily think it's a summery scent. I could see this working better in the cooler weather, but it's a little sweet even then. It has a syrupiness to it, which you probably knew when I was like, it feels like they've been soaked in. So it has a syrupiness to it. Not syrupy like the Jean Paul Gaultier, Scandal, or La Belle perfumes, but a little bit more like American sugary with that added sugar. Has that, but still feels like it has, the fruits are still in there. It's nice. It is, if you like a sweet scent, this is a good one to try. If you're interested in plum or cherry or both, go ahead and try it out. I think it is an interesting one, but get it on sale. Don't pay $36 for a half ounce. This one is interesting. I picked this one up on clearance at Walmart. This is Cher. This is the 90s Couture. I picked up 4 of them. There's one for each decade, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And this one I thought would be a good one to start with because it felt like it was the lightest. Then probably the 70s, the 80s, and the heaviest was the 60s because you got that patchouli going on with the hippies. This is light and sweet. It's not necessarily what I think of when I think of the 90s. I think of, you know, like the Calvin Klein scents, and this doesn't smell like that. This smells very feminine, very sweet. So our notes are jasmine and peach. Middle note is heliotrope, and base note is sandalwood. This came out last year, so it's a fairly recent scent. I don't necessarily get a single fruit. I get that it's kind of just a light fruity floral. It's a little generic. It's very pleasant, very pretty. Definitely one that I would wear to work. I would wear this out and about. Everyday kind of a fragrance, and I think it's nice. If you like fruity florals, I would give it a try because I think they did a nice job on it. It feels really well blended. Finally, at 30, we are at my one of my obsessions this year. This is Sparkling Sugar by Clean Reserve, and it has a slight dent, but I already went through a travel spray of this and then bought the full size. Redeemed a Rouge reward, yay. So I only paid $10 for this, you know, other than all the money that I spent to get the Rouge points. And oh my gosh, I love the scent. I love layering this. If I'm wearing, not necessarily these, but there's been a lot of just scents that, like Good Girl Blush or her Elixir, I've just been throwing this on over the top. It blends really well. It's very sugary. It's very sweet. It's fruity. It's like a fruity sugar. Like your fruit, the sugar is from the fruit and not like you have put sugar from a sugar bowl on it, if that makes sense. The notes on this one are, they have this in such a, you have to read the whole sentence. So it says black currant, which is cassis berries. I don't get black currant. Peach nectar. I'm getting the peach nectar. White musk. And then it has pink sugar and ambrette with a natural musk. So I get that it's very much like Radiant Nectar. There's a lot of similarities to Radiant Nectar with this, but this one has that peach. It leans peach instead of pear. And I don't know, I just love this one more. I like Radiant Nectar. I love this one. I've been wearing this so much this year, all in April, all in May, and some in June as well. It's really good. If you're looking for something sweet, fruity, peachy, this is what I would go for. If you're looking for something that will layer well with a lot of different fragrances that have like vanillas or berries, I think this layers well with drupes. So I think you could layer this with cherries. I think you could layer this with strawberries, with raspberries, with vanillas even. It just is really nice. I should layer this with Prada Paradox. That might be an interesting combination. That might be too much. Anyway, if there's a fruity scent that has a little sharpness to it, you can sweeten it up with this one. I really like this one. It's one of my favorite scents. This is my favorite scent that I've purchased in 2023. I will say that. So let me know if you've tried any of these scents. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on them. Let me know what perfume videos or perfume content you would like to see, or Bath & Body Works. Let me know that as well. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much. If you made it to the end, let me know. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.